Hello, everyone. My name is Katie, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. I hope everyone has been having a terrific week so far, and that everybody is well and healthy and getting ready for the holidays to approach. And hopefully, nobody's stressing too much over those. So, anyway, Nikolai made it home yesterday, right, honey? Oh, he's not. Okay. Oh, you came home yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, he got home yesterday, so he's here. So thank God for that.
Hi, everyone.
So he made it here all right. He managed to catch a boat and got home that way. That camera can be seen. Isn't that weird? Anyway, yeah, I got distracted by the camera. Don't mess with it. Yeah, don't touch it because it.
I touched it. See, I touched it.
Anyway, I hope everyone's doing good. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat real quick, and then we're gonna do a little bit of housekeeping before I actually start sewing. Susan was here first. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Linda from Iris Cell Lady. Hello, Lori Lee. Hello, hello. Hello, Quilter's Good. Hello. Hey, Jean. Did I miss? I feel like I missed somebody. Oh, hi, Judy S. Yes. Okay. So I could talk about a couple things. Hello, Lee. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Muriel. It's good to see you. Hello, Jaja. Hello, Janet. Hello, Candace. It's good to see everybody here. We're going to do a little housekeeping before I actually start sewing. There's a couple things I want to talk about. Yeah, housekeeping. Yeah, let's do that first. Okay, I'm going to share. We'll share some links here in a few minutes. First of all, I looked at the Google form for the drawing that I'm going to be hosting on New Year's Eve for the 12-hour third. Is for the third annual 12-hour live on New Year's Eve. That starts at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and will end at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, I will be celebrating our 10,000 subscribers milestone that our channel reached. So I don't even know how I feel about having known the channel just hit the 10,000 mark. I'm happy about it. Yes, I'm very happy about it, but it's scary at the same time. But anyway, we will be giving away 8 $25 gift cards during that 12-hour live. In order for you to participate, you have to fill out the Google form. If you don't fill out the Google form, then your name will not get put on the spinning wheel, and you might feel your feelings might get hurt if you're not on there because you didn't fill out the form. On the form, you're filling out your name, your email address, and you're choosing. I have given a list of vendors that I can buy gift cards from, and you have to pick only one. You can only register once for the drawing. That's it. And so far, out of 10,000 people, only 8 people have filled out the form so far, which is crazy. So here is the link for the form. Please go over and fill it out. If you want to win a prize, there's 8 gift cards being given away, and you have a choice of Walmart, Fat Quarter Shop, Amazon, Shabby Fabrics, Cotton Cuts, and Michael's Craft Store. Those are the ones I put on the list. Katie, you'll be fine unless you let the flying birds get you. Oh, that's funny. And yes, Nicola is home. Yes, he is. All right, so that's the first thing I want to discuss, and I just posted the link in the chat for the Google form for you to sign up for the New Year's Eve. Remember, you must be subscribed to the channel. Also, if you're not subscribed, you cannot play. You have to be a subscriber. The second thing I want to talk about is the New Year's Eve part of the show. When I had my the makeup live for the 5K drawing we did the other day, which ended up being postponed because of the health trouble I had during October, which caused everything to get pushed aside. So that drawing that we were doing for the 5,000K milestone didn't happen until last week. And I was going to do a trunk show of all of you guys' beautiful work, but it didn't turn out that way. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to do a trunk show during 12-hour live. I'm going to spread it out over 12 hours. And everybody who either emails me pictures or post them on the Facebook group will be in the trunk show. And make sure that when you share the pictures on the Facebook group or in an email, you tell me something about each picture so that when I discuss it on the live, people will know who did it and what it was about, things like that. So the first link I'm going to share here is for the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group and you use Facebook, go over to the link. There's questions that you ask, and one of the questions is going to ask is, when do you think my channel started? You started 2 years ago, so just put the year. That's all you got to put on there. But you must also agree to follow the rules. If you miss one question in there, meaning if you don't answer the questions, the bot will not allow you in the channel. I mean, in the group, because the group is a closed Facebook group to protect everybody's well-being, because I don't want trollers in there. So I've set it up so that it's a little bit restrictive in that you have to do something to get in. If you're not a Facebook user, then here's my email address so that you can email me your pictures. You are welcome. All of y'all can enter or drop as many pictures as you want. Well, don't make it 1,000 or something like that. I don't know if I could keep up with all that, but what I'm saying is you're welcome to share what you want. Which do you prefer? Rita, if you use Facebook, stick it in Facebook. That way you can post it. Just make sure answer the questions. And also, if you're new to the Facebook group, when you post pictures, the bot will say you may get a message saying that your pictures have been put on hold until they're okay. Don't panic. Please don't delete them. Give me and Nikolai a chance to release the pictures into the Facebook group. And then once I have time to go back through there, I will fix it so that you don't have to go through that again. If you don't want to use Facebook, just email them to me. I don't care. Either way is fine with me, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a file over on the Facebook group and I'm gonna dump everybody's pictures and it emails them to me. That way they're all in one spot. So either email or Facebook. I've posted a link for both there, and I will remind everybody at the end of the live also. All right. The other thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to start working on what my plan is for tonight is as you know, I'm doing 2 different types of collaborations with Sean. We're rotating between Star Climber and the Stitch It challenge that we are doing together. And as I told everybody when we did the last time, me and Nicolette, oh my gosh, anyway, this coming up Sunday, Sean and I will be working on our Stitch It kit. Tonight, I'm going to work on the Stitch It. And I decided how, I explained this on our last time we did the Stitch It, how I was going to do mine. So I'm using a cotton cut Stitch It kit, but I'm using Fat Quarter Shop's Joly Bar book because they're doing a free pattern that comes out of this book. And but I'm using the sizes from the Stitch It kit, and I will be given measurements of all that information as well, so that people, if you want to make your own, because basically with the Stitch It kit, there's 3 sizes of triangles. There's a 3.5-inch square, and then there's a 3.5 by 6.5 rectangle that comes in that kit. And what I've done is I've taken what I have as a kit, and I'm making these blocks that's for the free Sew Along from Fat Quarter Shop based on that. And I'll explain it. You'll see what I'm doing. So I can in between these blocks, I will also be opening a Sweetwater quilt label that I got in the mail. We're going to be opening this. And then later in the evening, we're going to be doing an unboxing of one of my subscription boxes from Fat Quarter Shop. And this one just happens to be the Java box, which is a regular subscription for me. So we're going to do that in between sewing blocks. Okay, on Friday, Andy from Crafty Witch 232 is going to come and sew with me, and we are going to do the snowshoe block that I didn't do last week because I canceled Friday's live. And then Saturday, I will be sewing with Shonda. And I'll probably be working on my stitch it again because I want to get kind of somewhere with that because we're getting into December and there's a lot of projects between that because me and Sean have two different projects we're doing together. We're doing the stitch it and the star climber, and I don't know, maybe I'll do the star climber on Saturday. I haven't decided whether it'll be the star climber or the stitch it. It depends on how much I get done tonight. So I will again post these links later in the live for emailing me pictures of it doesn't have to be just sewing, you guys. If you don't sew, but you crochet or you paint or any kind of craft that you're doing, you can email it or send it to Facebook group. And I post it up there, and I will repost both links 2 or 3 times during the live to remind everybody how to get it there. But also, please make sure you fill out that Google form if you want to participate in the giveaway on New Year's Eve. Because that's very important. Without that form, you can't participate. And you're probably wondering, well, why do I have to jump through hoops for you? Because people do not answer emails. Seriously. It is a huge pet peeve for me because you email people and they don't answer you. They answered you the first time, but then when they become a winner, they can't be bothered to answer you about the email. So I found a way around that. I can purchase a gift card, put your email address on it, and then they send you the gift information, and it's up to you whether you do it or not. Go and open your email. Once it goes to you, I'm no longer responsible for it, or I shouldn't be anyway. So I'm just letting you know, you got to do that form if you want to participate. It's the easiest way for me not to stress out about leaving someone out because I didn't have their information. And the form gives me that information, and the form's private. It's not shared with anybody else. And you don't have to worry about your personal information getting stuck out there. Yeah, Rita, it's annoying. People don't answer text messages or emails. Sometimes people don't even read their emails. They kind of scan through it and give you a random answer meeting. And when you realize it, it's like, they never read the email to start with. All right. Okay. Let's talk about the block we're going to do tomorrow night to remind everybody. This is for snowshoe. And I have a screen in my way here. All right. Okay, this is snowshoe. And this is the layout of the block. So it's a really simple block. I will also be posting 4 new pictures for you guys to vote on so that we all know what order we're going to do the next one, because we have 30. I don't know why I kept saying 30. It was 36 I needed. So apparently I can't do math. Oh my gosh, I must have been having a moment there. Okay. Yeah, she is Donnelly. I can't believe she has 1 million views on her channel. It's crazy. Okay, so that's what we're going to do tomorrow. All right, so, okay. Now, I will try to explain about the Stitch It. The Stitch It kit, there's 3 sizes. They have a quick one, a mini one, and then they have a large one. This is the mini. And there's about 250 pieces in here that consist of 3 sizes of triangles, squares, and rectangles. And so what I've done is like I said, I'm sewing along with that Quarter Shop. So this is going to be a combination of 2 different collaborations, kind of. I'm doing the Stitch It so you guys can see what the Stitch It looks like as we sew it together. But I'm using a Fat Quarter Shop free pattern. So that really, and wait till you see some of these blocks. So what it is you have to, in order to do the sew along with Fat Quarter Shop, you have to have this Joly Bar book. This is number 5. This is what she's doing the free pattern with. And then what she's doing is every other week, they're posting cutting instructions. And so what I've done is I'm not using their cutting direction or the measurements, it tells you like how many, here it tells you you need so many rectangles, but you have to go to the book to get the measurements. I'm not using the measurements in the book because I'm using a stitch it kit to do it with. And so my blocks are not, these blocks are 16, the Fat Quarter Shop's doing 16.5 inch blocks. My blocks will not be 16.5 inches because my blocks will be smaller because I'm using 3.5 inch size squares, or yeah, there's 3.5 inch squares, 3.5 by 6.5 inch rectangles. The half square triangles are also 3.5 inches unfinished. And so let me show you the layout of the first block we're going to work on, which this one is called Timberland Roses Block. Snowshoe. Those are big snowshoes. Katie, you are kind to do these giveaways. You should not have to follow up with winners. Please don't stress about it. You're right. I shouldn't have to chase people down. It's kind of annoying. And I don't want anybody to get offended by that, but it is, you shouldn't have to chase someone down who you drew their name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out this block. What I have done is for this particular block, I've already sewn the half square triangles and the 4 patches together. I did that ahead. But I'm going to show you the layout of the block so you can see how this is going to look. And it's going to be super cute. I mean, I'm loving, I know this is, you're used to seeing me use batiks. So you're like, why is she using cotton? Because I like this Callie & Co for some strange reason. This fabric is beautiful. It's happy. It's different. Usually, you can tell it's coriander fabric, of course, but she really made a lot of these colors nice and happy. And this background I'm using, which is also Callie & Co, is really pretty. And so I'm really super happy with it. So like I said, I pre-sewed the 4 patch ones and the half square triangles. And if there's someone that wants to know how to, if you don't know how to make half square triangles, I do have another block that I left 1 half square triangle undone to show you how to do it. If I had to choose anyone, they are going to get away. Yeah. We are on time. And Facebook as well. Thank you. Who comes in? We put everything back into our rescue. Just cool, Donnelly. All right, so this one has a lot of moving parts on it. It's got 4 by 4. There's 16 of these in here. But what do y'all think about this before I sew it together? Isn't that pretty? So let's sew this together. Now, if one of the things I recommend about this is if you do decide to do this and you buy the Joly Bar, with this stitch it, I had to make sure that I went in the book to look at the setup of the block. That way I didn't make a mistake. So like this one's on page 66. And this actually has 20 Joly Bar quilts in the book. I just can't share any of the measurements because copyright, But I can show you what the block looks like. So yeah, it's really a simple block. It's just interesting. And when I sew it together, you'll see the effect. Hi, Andrea. Welcome. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start on one side and start sewing them together, making sure that if there's any seams that need to match, that I get them matching up. And then we'll get this whole block put together. Howdy, everyone. Sewing while watching on my big screen, so I won't be chatting. Laura, hey, Laura's good to see you. She says, hi, Katie and everyone. I'm sorry I'm late. December is a super busy month for us with 5 birthdays before Christmas Day and 2 after that. Wow, that's a lot of birthdays in 1 month. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start on the left side, and I'm going to take this one here and sew it to this. I'm going to pin them. That way I can keep them, organized. If you did not have dogs and cats, I would have a heating blanket, says Rita. Are you cold? I hear it's going to be like Siberia in the United States. And we're going to be all warm compared to you guys. that polar vortex is being ripped apart by the big warm blob of air that's sitting in the stratosphere right above Greenland. Someone the other day said something about that's not it. It's not in the stratosphere, but yeah, it is. It's where that warm air is at. Not and the warm air pushed down in between the polar vortex and caused it to split apart. So it's not just the United States is going to be cold, so is Europe. Everybody's going to be a frosty. Frosty, frosty. I'm wondering how much snow people are going to get in the US. We're sure not getting any snow, are we, babe?
No,
We're not getting much snow, are we, babe?
not for the moment.
Oh, it's so weird. The way it feels right now outside, or it did last week. Last week it was cold, and I think it's because it felt cold to us because there was no snow, and when snow's on the ground, it insulates, so it doesn't feel near as cold. So what I'm doing is I'm going down and I'm chainsawing. It is a bad, let's see, Rita says it is bad snowstorming up in northern Arizona. And so southern Arizona is supposed to drop to 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see, let me see where we are on temperature right now. We're sitting at 39 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, we're warm compared to everybody else. I didn't see whether they said how long this polar vortex thing was going to last over the United States. So as you can see, I got two more done. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. We're just going to keep on chains. And I just have to make sure that I don't move a block somewhere where it's not supposed to be. Hello, Gladys. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Denise. What's going on? It's good to see everyone here tonight. So we'll see how many of these blocks I get done. And in between a couple of the blocks, we're going to open the Sweetwater first. And then we'll do another block. And then I'll open the next Happy Mail box. And we'll just keep on going from there. Ooh, I better move a pen. Okay, now I want to go ahead and start this row. Denise says they're in the 70s today, nights in the 40s, but next week they will have several days in the 80s. Wow. The weather is definitely freaky right now. I told Nikolai, I said, when you walk outside, it's very strange because we've had gray skies for the last, I don't know how many days now. There's hardly any snow on the ground, so when you walk out, it's just like depressing. And as soon as it gets dark, which now we're down to, I think, 6 hours and 3 minutes of daylight now. It gets so when you walk out, it's like pitch black. You can't see nothing because there's no snow on the ground. Hi, Zaza. Welcome, welcome. Zaza was in here? Wait a minute. I didn't see her come in. Yeah, I don't see her. She's in here? I heard she was, or I thought, wait. In Arizona with Rita, and our cold is so much different. Arizona is cold different. Well, normally our cold, is not cold to me because we have snow on the ground and the snow acts like an insulator. But right now it's reminding me more like North Florida. We have humidity and it's just been cold. But today it was very warm. Yesterday was warm too. I had turned the thermostat up because last week it was really cold and I turned it up too much. And so when Nikolai came home last night, I said, "Is it my imagination or is it really hot in here?" And he's like, "It's really hot in here." So we ended up turning the thermostat down a little bit because it was intolerable in here last night. It's weird how the heated flooring just really cranks up the temperature inside this house. You're definitely not going to freeze to death with heated flooring. Laura, yes, it's cold. It's so different. 41 outside in Texas. You're just but 1 degree below where frost happens at 42 degrees. So you see, I'm chain smoking. Chain smoke. I'm chain sewing here. So when I start taking this off the sew machine, I'll lay them back out in the order I put them in here. I do not have heat right now, so this house is cold, says Rita. That's not good. That's right. You said your air conditioning system was down. I'm sorry about that, sweetie. I know that's got to be tough. I don't know what I would do if we've had our boiler go out in the middle of the night and and it's weird. When you have no heat, it turns into a meat locker. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip them apart one at a time and I'm going to put them back the way I had them laid out. That way I don't get myself all confused. Where's my seam roller at? Okay. And then once I get them all laid out, I'll take them a little bit at a time over to the iron and press them so that I can get these, because there's a lot of seams going to be involved in this. Laura says, Rita, folks that don't live here can't understand it. This morning it was 40 when I woke up and I haven't been able to get warm since then. Fortunately, we have a fireplace and that helps. So what has everybody been working on this week? Let me know in the chat what you've been working on. Are you guys liking this fabric on what I'm working on? Because I think it's super pretty. Oh, something's wrong. Oh, it's supposed to be up here, duh. I was getting ahead of myself here. Got to be careful not get ahead of me because it's very easy to get these blocks turned the wrong direction and then we'll have a big mess up here. And I'd rather not have that happen because I want this to go together smoothly because I have a goal tonight. I would like to get more than one block done in the live tonight. At least that's my hope to get it done anyway. Do the other dogs have them too? Okay, and I'm going to turn this one like this. All right, and then the next one. We're coming along with this. This is going to be a cute little quilt, I think. I'm not sure of they haven't said anything about what the layout's going to look like yet, because we do have one block that's going to be bigger than the rest. And so I'm not sure how that one block's going to work with the rest of it, because it's a good size, substantial block. I went to sew, but I want to sew, but my arthritis has gotten the best of me. Fortunately, I have an amazing husband that understands that I can't function in cold weather, and he helps out with everything. Aw, sorry to hear about the pain you're in, Laura. Hopefully, you'll get to sew soon. Okay, so now I've got these all back up here again. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we'll take it over to the iron, and I'm going to press these so they lay flat. I'm going to do them one at a time. That way, I don't mess up something. So what do you guys think about what's happened with the channel? I mean, are y'all surprised by it as I am? Okay, let's get these back over here where they belong so they don't get mixed up. Ooh, this iron is really hot now. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sew these like quadrants. So sew these two together, and so forth. We'll do all four. So they'll end up with four quadrants, and then I'll press them again, and then we'll sew them, start sewing them together. I am cold. I am too cold to think, says Rita. No laying flat, lay sitting up, haha. Oh, you're funny. I just have to watch these seams because there's lots of seams. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start on the left like I did before. Now we're going to have more seams to line up here as well. We're going to have a center seam to line up here. So I got to make sure that that lines up properly. And my pins are going to be playing a factor in this for sure. My Rita has been there. Rita, my husband has been there for me during more than 24 surgeries and many health issues. He's a keeper for sure. We've been together for 36 years. Your husband sounds amazing, Laura.
I'm not.
You are very amazing. I always brag about you. Ask them in the chat if I say good things about you all the time. Hey, babe, are you needing napkins? Are you needing paper towels? Because I was going to say the napkins are in the hallway. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Stove. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a needle through the center of these two seams so I can get them to line up. And then I will pin them in place and start this process. Because I want to make sure everything's as lined up as possible. Let me know if you've, has everybody that's in here right now filled out that Google form for the prizes that I'm giving away on New Year's. Let me know if you've done it. I know that a couple people mentioned they've done it. If you want to win that a $25 gift card, you got to do the work. And I will repost the links here directly. I am sweating. It is too warm in this house. This block is going together pretty well, but I'm glad that I pre-sewed part of it. Hi, Melissa. Now there is some over here that I haven't pre-sewed all of it. Like I think all of them I've done the half square triangles, but some of it I didn't go any further than that. It just depended on which block it was, because a couple of them are a little more too many moving parts, and I figured I would just pre-sew some of them just to save a little bit time since it takes me so long to do blocks. Quilter Good says she filled out the form. Thanks. Thank you for doing that. I don't want to leave anyone behind in this fun. I hope you can get your air conditioner fixed too soon. I answered your email too, Rita, by the way, in case you didn't see it. Denise says, yeah, she's talking about the Arctic freeze. Okay, let's get these other two done. Hey, Andrea. She says, I have won the last two, so I was thinking I should probably sit out this. You do have good luck. I can tell you that, Andrea. That's twice in a row now you've won a gift card. I don't know how that even happens. I mean, I just drop the names into the wheel. It does the rest. I don't even type them in. So when the form that I set up, I had it create a database, and then once the form is closed, then I copy off the database the list of names and drop it straight into the spinning wheel thing. So it's a random thing. I mean, depending on when y'all filled out the form. But yeah, Andrea's won a card twice now. But you do not have to sit this out, Andrea. Please don't do that. I just think it's interesting that you have such good luck. Because I never win anything.
You did.
Once.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't win anything last year, remember? Oh, speaking of that, they haven't been up there yet, which is strange.
Yeah.
You saw them?
They have already joined them during that.
Oh, during the thing. Yeah, I never saw them up at Bruceon though. Is what I'm saying. I didn't know if that means I missed out on even buying any this year.
Yeah.
Because usually I buy them every year because the money goes to their school. And Rita said she responded to the forum. Thank you. And hey, Quilting On, how are you? And let me share the giveaway again link. Or at least try to. I'm learning. I got a new mouse, so I'm learning it. And here's the link for the form if you've not done it to sign up for the giveaway on New Year's Eve. Rita says, I should not have counted how many of these 12-inch blocks there are. There are 25, and no wonder I feel like I am sewing and sewing and sewing, but just have to put borders and binding and it's done. Just think when I start sewing 36 blocks together. Well, first they all got to get sashings put on them. That's going to take a while. Rita says, this one has taken me almost a week to do. Seems like a long time. I have never finished anything in a week. I guess if I sat here and did nothing but sew, I could. Yeah, your purple quilt is gorgeous. All right, let's get these quadrants sewn together, and then we'll press them, and then we'll keep sewing it together. Okay, let's start with this one. Hmm? For what? I'll be in there in a minute. I can imagine what it looks like. Better than what it looked like before you messed with it. Huh?
Want to do these two at the same time?
Yeah, I would do the ribs first and then the chicken after the ribs are done. Because then the ribs can cool down where you can get the meat off of it. And then I think we should freeze those bones so I can make bone broth with them. Okay, we're chugging along here. Man, I am tearing up fingernails today. Hey, Melissa, it's good to see you. She says, I am making an attempt in getting it sent off before Christmas. This one should be make it, but granddaughters may not. No guarantees. Uh-oh. Yeah, Abby's is not going to get to her when I planned on doing it. That thing that happened to me in October set me back big time on everything. I've been spending all this time trying to catch up. And I'm pretty sure that I'll be spending January trying to finish catching everything up that should have been finished at the end of December. But it's okay. It's I'm not going to freak out that I don't have it finished yet. Jennifer, it's good to see you. So now I'm gonna put these back in the order that they were in. Just get them laid out here so I don't get confused. And then I'm gonna take them over to the iron and press them.
Quick peek.
Huh?
Quick peek.
Yeah, I'm almost. Just give me a minute. You're rushing me. Okay, hang on, y'all. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah, not today. Later. I gotta buy some kind of stuff for that. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it over to the iron and start pressing it. Laura says this year has been riddled with too many health issues. My kids and family know that I can't gift them what I normally do. I'm trying to figure out what to make for our neighbors. We all exchange. You just do what you can, Laura. I wouldn't stress out too much.
I was about to suggest that too.
Yeah, if you can't do something, you just can't do it. Sometimes life just gets in the way of everything. This iron is very hot. Hey, Drake, how you doing? It's good to see you here.
Open the front door again.
Okay, honey. Yeah, because boiling that meat's gonna make things heat up. I'm beginning to think the lights heat things up. Come on. Ouch. Having trouble with this one seam. It doesn't want to lay down like I want it to. Donnelly said she had this phone call. I'm a non-quilter, non-sewer, anything. However, love Katie and sure support her. Thank you, Donnelly. I really appreciate that. Hey, Dubrovka, how are you? Okay, got that one done. Katie, see earlier comment about maybe coming owner of 19, oh my gosh, a Percheron? That is going to be a big horse. Okay, now then, what we got to do here, there is something on this fabric right there. I'm not going to worry about it right now, though. It'll probably wash out when it gets washed. Okay, let's get this sewn together. So I'm going to sew these two together and then these two together, press it, and then we'll sew the whole thing together. That bugs me because there's something there. Quilting On says, wow, that's amazing. I miss having a horse, that's for sure. I do I do like to maybe catch an idea on personal horse blanket. Pretty cool. We have wind from the south again blowing outside, which is rather annoying. I used to make my horse blankets on a peg loom that I made from wood. Katie, by the way, her, herself had race horses. She's quite the horsewoman, I'd say. Oh, I just had a barrel horse. He was nothing. He was a good horse. taught me how to be a better rider. I remember my mom sewing lots of horsefly masks out of the mesh fabric. That's interesting, Melissa. I would have never thought to make a fly mask using a sewing machine. Dang, why didn't I think of that? Of course, back then I was too busy doing horses and digging in the dirt. Didn't have time for sewing. Plus doing college on top of it. I was trying to work on getting into third year as a third year student at the University of Florida. And then my husband up and happened. So that changed everything. I was going to major in science so that I could teach high school science and minor in ornamental horticulture or environmental horticulture. That's what it was. And then work my way toward the other part of the horticulture so I could teach it on a junior college level. But sometimes I guess your dreams aren't meant to come true. Barrels hold respect. Barrels hold respect to you, Katie. I'm all equestrian personnel show jumper. Yeah, jumping horses kind of, I thought about it a couple times. I'm like, no, I don't know. My sister jumped up. She had a warm blood because she lives in Spain. And so she was jumping Admiral, but I liked the rush with the barrel racing, but it was dangerous, especially if you had a bad horse. Some horses just can't handle the stress of all of it. That's what was wrong with Go-Go. He just couldn't handle it. He probably would have made a good racehorse. Just put him on the track and let him run. Yeah, they are, Donnelly. I agree with you. Her horse is beautiful. She's retired him now. I don't know how often she's getting to go out and ride him, but she retired him out on a retirement farm. And she goes and sees him every so often. And I guess she's got chickens out there with him too. So the person that has the farm has allowed her to put chickens out there too, so that she can raise her own eggs. Need to see how she's doing. I haven't talked to her in a while. There's a channel that you might be interested in following, Donnelly. It's called Frisian Horses. Um, I've been following her now for about 6 years, I think. 6 or 7. Let's see, Ricey's 3 now, I think. So yeah, at least probably 6 years maybe. But she raises Frisians, but Ricey's not a Frisian. Ricey came to her because her mare, um, Queen Unique, lost her foal during birth. And Ricey's mother died giving birth to Ricey. And Ricey's a Danish warm blood. It's Danish warm blood. No, Dutch warm blood. Sorry, my bad. And so he needed a mama and she needed a baby to nurse because she was full of milk. And so they brought Ricey over there and she hooked up with him and she ended up raising him. So she still has Ricey. But Ricey's short for rising star. One of the channels I follow that's not sewing. Because I follow her, And then I followed three different homestead. I followed Good Simple Living, Arms Family Homestead, or is it Arms Family Home, something like that, and Hidden Heights. And lately, I've been watching some more of the Crockers lately again. But I'm off and on about them. But their baby is adorable. Oh my God, Riley is so cute because Jason finally has a daughter now. Okay, let me make sure I have these turned in the right direction. Okay, yeah, this is how this one's gonna go. I'm just gonna move it out of the way for right now. We have just passed in 100 Dutch harness, thought maybe appendix, but Dutch, beautiful. Looks like our Jeezy who passed. Would you like to, oh, oops. Can't tell you in my 40 plus years in this horse business, I've been hospitalized many times because of falls. Yep, I got life flighted out once because the horse that I showed you a picture of, Donnelly, his name Gogo, the one I showed you a picture of. I took him to a trainer, a so-called trainer. Come to find out later, I found out some stuff about him I didn't know about until after my accident happened. But he told me he thought he had Gogo ready for me to get back on him, and I went to sit down in the saddle, and Gogo reared up and fell over backwards on top of me, and the saddle horn caught me in the thigh. And oh my God, we thought he had broken my femur. I got life flighted out because of it. It was a tough situation. The thing with shotgun though, I never had one accident with him when I got him. He would, like I said, he was the best thing that ever happened when I got him because he was an experienced barrel horse and he was calm and quiet when he wasn't in the arena, and he showed me a lot. I learned so much from him. This block is coming together really good. This spot is bugging me. Katie, me too, reared up and rolled off me and ended up in intensive care for 7 days. Ouch. Hello, Veronica. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, my youngest sister, she would go over and she went over one day to ride my sister's horse, and this is before any of us was even seeing guys. And my sister had told her not to take I can't even remember the horse's name, kind of think of it. Told her not to take the horse out of the paddock because the horse was spooky and had come from a she had adopted her from some household that had abused her apparently. So she was super spooky. And Karen being Karen, she thinks she knows everything. Or back then she did. Saddled the horse up and took the horse down the road and was riding her down the side of a 2-lane highway in the middle of Osceola National Forest. And a big, huge logging truck come flying down the road, and the horse reared up and went over backwards on top of Karen and broke her hip in 4 places. And so Karen's laying on the ground with the horse standing there looking at her while finally someone stopped to help to see what was going on. And that was a slow recovery for my sister. But she didn't give up riding horses. When you fall off, you get back on them. That way you don't stay scared of them forever. Hello, all. Just found this channel. What a beautiful block. Thank you, Veronica. It's coming together really good. I'm super excited with how well it's coming together. We'll have this one together and I'll be ready to start the next one here directly. But this one is called Timberland Roses Block. But now we got lots of seams coming together right here, and I got to get all of these pinned in place. All right, let's start pinning them. That is a beautiful, yeah, it's coming out really good. Like I said, you usually don't see me sewing with this style of fabric, but I really like this particular fabric line. It's pretty. It's happy. Happy. And this one, I've been using the greens and the browns, in it too. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of it, how cohesive it all becomes once I sew all the blocks together. It'll either, look great or it won't. I don't know. But I think the blocks look great. So coming along with it anyway. And there's a lot of pretty fabric in here. Just quite a bit of this. I'm really loving it. It's too bad I couldn't get some more of it. But I checked Fat Quarter Shop and they're completely out of it. One of my biggest rules is never ride alone. And 2 weeks after out of the hospital, right back in the saddle, broken ribs and all. Yep, you don't give up. There was times when I went riding by myself, but I told someone where I was going. And if I didn't, and I gave them a specific amount of time I'd be gone. That way, if I didn't come back, they'd come looking for me. Because I loved going down there. There was a place right up the road from where I lived at. It wasn't fenced, and someone it was a big huge pine tree stand, and I love riding horses in one because the ground is so yummy and soft, and you're not in the sun, and it's just so peaceful, and you just become one with your horse in there. And we would practice weaving in and out of the trees and short canters, just and trotting, just all kinds of little things I did with the horses. Mostly it was weaving in and out of the trees and just doing trot work because it's good muscle tone for a horse. Lots of trotting. Build up that stamina. Because when you're barrel racing, your horse is a sprinter, so you want lots of speed all at once, pretty much. Okay, let's get this sewn together and see how it turns out. Katie, did you know captions are not on? No, I did not. Let me have a peek and see what's going on. I hope it's not because I didn't turn them on, because I could have sworn I turned all of them on. Oh, wait a minute. Can't see what I'm trying to see without going back to something else. Got to go here first. And then go over here. And then scroll down. Uh-oh, they're not on. You're right, they're not. Oh no, this is bad. Usually I don't forget to turn them on. I'm sorry, Andrea. When you barrel, you and the horse has to think like one, got to be good to the barrel. Yep. And the interesting thing is when they tell you to be looking at the next barrel, because your horse, And when you hear someone say that, you don't, it's kind of like, right, my horse is going to bend just because I'm looking. Your horse does bend. When you're looking at the next barrel, your horse is already coming around the barrel because you're looking at the next barrel already. And the horse totally bends around it without you doing anything. Just looking at the next barrel. It's because you don't notice your body shifts because you're looking at the next barrel. Your whole body shifts when you're doing that. And the horse feels it through the saddle. And you have to give him the head while he's cutting. Yep. What if you look at a cute cowboy? I have a picture of my husband dressed up like a cowboy, and he sure looks sexy in that. Uh-oh. Guess what? Look. Anyone want to guess what happened? I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. Oh, look, I've been sewing air. Well, darn. Bob and change. I just lost to Bob and chicken. Oops. Oopsie doopsie. Good thing I had some wound. All right, let's get this repinned since I lost part of it. For those who hadn't seen this, let me show it to you. This is me racing. And that's shotgun. See that bend? Hey, Andy. Andy's sewing with me tomorrow. I have another picture. It's in a frame. It's in the other room. There was a lady that would come out and photograph when we were barrel racing, and she got some really good shots. You know, a lot of times y'all don't always get to see whether I'm looking at the next barrel, and she caught me looking at the next barrel. And you could see the horse doing what he was doing. There's another picture of where he's really low at the ground, and you're like, how did he get so low on the ground while holding meat on in the saddle? Because he would literally look like a cat coming around the barrel. Nice form solid seat there, Katie. Your horse goes low. Yeah. I have another picture of where he goes really low, and I always sometimes I can feel him doing that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're gonna fall down, but he never did. He was like a cat going around it. He was really good at it, but he was all business when you were in the arena. He didn't mess around, and he didn't like you holding him back when he got ready to start. Oh, outside the arena, anyone could ride him. Any beginner, anyone who, like my husband, he rode him. I have a picture of him riding shotgun, and him and shotgun were like pals. I have Fred sticking out everywhere for some weird reason. Oh, it came together. Let's get this pressed. Wait, what time is it? Exactly. They go low when on the barrel and does not look like he cuts too soon. No, he doesn't. Um, the only time he ever would do that is because I didn't have my butt where it belonged. Your butt has to be sitting in the seat. My friends would holler, "Park your butt coming around that barrel." And if it wasn't parked, a lot of times I would knock a barrel over because I'd shift wrong in the saddle. And it wouldn't be his fault, it'd be my fault because I directed him that way. And it got where I just let the horse do the work and I just sat my butt in the saddle. Okay, this one is called Timberland Rose Block. We got that one done. To give you a refresher, I'll show you the other two blocks I've done so far. Okay, so like I said, this one was called Timberlake Rose Block. And then this one here, this one's called Northern Lights. So there's this one. And then this one here is called the Hatchlings block. This one. And we're about to start on the next block. So far there's 3 of these in here now. And like I said, these are all Stitch It size blocks from the Stitch It kit, but I'm using the Fat Quarter Shop free pattern that they got because there's a sew along for the Joly Bar that's going on right now. So that's where this is coming from. Okay, so before I start this next block, let's look at a Sweetwater. One of my Happy Meals I got today was from Sweetwater. It's this is the tagged subscription, and I will share the link for this in the chat. Yeah, Andy's gonna sew with me tomorrow, unless she decides to crochet instead. She said I think she said she was gonna sew with me. So this is from the Sweetwater Quilt Labels company, and I'll show you what we got for this go around. And this is the link. You know he's following your direction, but at least you can say it was your seat. Yep. Because one of the things I tried not to do is get in his face, because he would get PO'd if you were on his face. I would get PO'd if someone was on my face. Sometimes you see that happening with some of the younger generation. They're too much on their horse's face. Some horses don't like it at all. I like the round thing on the wall. Oh, the mandala? Yeah, that's my Arctic Lights Mandala Madness. I crocheted it. It took me a year to make it. So here is, hang on a second, I can't see what I'm doing. Here is this go around quilt label. So I get labels every month. This month we got 2. Sometimes you'll get 4, which will be smaller labels, or you may get 1 big one. And I have quite a collection of these going on now. Okay, so that's the first one. And then after I do another block, we'll open the cotton cut spots. Okay, I'm gonna show you what the next one I'm going to do. Move everything out of the way, because this block is going to be kind of big. This one is going to be called the Windflower block. And like I said, I've already done some of the half square triangles, but I saved one to show you how to do it. But that's about all I did. I have not sewn together any other part of it. So, but let me get it laid out so you can see what it's supposed to look like. This is going to be a pretty block. Okay, and this half square triangle has not been sewn together because I'm going to show you how to do it. So, basically, you take and you cut a square that's 3 7/8, and then you cut it on the diagonal, because that's these half square triangles are from the small triangles from a stitch it kit. So I wanted to show you could actually cut your own by doing 3 7/8, cut it on the diagonal. Then you're gonna do 2 sets so you have what you need, or however many sets you want to do. Then you're gonna turn them facing each other, and you're gonna sew a 1/4 inch line down the diagonal, and it'll make what you see here. So let me go ahead and sew that, and then we'll start sewing all this together. Andy says she's trying to finish up special orders right now. Do you have a lot of Christmas orders going on, Andy? Just when you're sewing these, make sure you try to get all your half square triangles laying flat, because they'll make sewing together. Like I have a little bit of a problem with this blue one right here. It doesn't want to lay flat. I'm probably gonna have to go put heat on it. But you want to try to get them laying flat so when you sew them together, you're not having such bulk. Molly says, gotta run. Katie, as always, it's been great. Everyone, good night. Yep, stay safe, Cindy Surrett. Andy says she has 3 left. Y'all like these blocks? Do you like this color block I got working on now? What do you think about this one? What book is that one? Oh, the name of the book. I'm sorry, Andrea, I didn't see your question. The name of the block or book, and these books are only $10 a piece, or they were when I bought them. This one is the Joly Bar book number 5 by Fat Quarter Shop, and it's ISE-962. But this is number 5, but she also has a Joly Bar book for Christmas blocks too. So, and it has 10 patterns in here. So it's $1 a pattern, pretty much. And she's doing a sew along from the book. So this is what I'm doing is I'm using my stitch it kit to do the blocks. Only my blocks are going to be smaller, because these blocks are supposed to be 16.5 if you use their instructions from the book. But because I'm using a stitch it kit, all I'm doing is going by the picture. So one thing I was going to do a disclaimer on, and I forgot to do it earlier, I am not claiming any like the stitch it kit. I can give you the measurements of what she uses to make the die cut ones if you want them, because I've posted measurements in my description box. But I am not saying this is my pattern. It's not. It belongs to Fat Quarter Shop. I'm just using their pattern to use the cotton cut stitch it kit. And I thought, what better way to bring 2 different companies together and do one project? Because when you buy a stitch it kit, it doesn't come with a pattern. It's up to you how you create your pattern. You get to be the designer of your stitch it kit. Or you can do what I did and incorporate it into someone else's pattern by, just using the sizes from your stitch it kit. Because as long as you know what size your half square triangles are going to be, everything else can come together based on that size. Like I know if I put 2 of these half square triangles together, which these are 3.5 half squares, then the squares have to be 3.5 by 3.5, and the rectangle has to be 6.5 for all of this to work. So that is just your knowledge of what size these are going to be based on the size you use from your stitch it kit. And new stitch it kits come out on the 15th of the month on Cotton Cut's website. gosh, this is very hot. And I'll post a link for the Stitch It kits. She's got some over there that's still on, but every month on the 15th they add more. Wait a minute, I turned that wrong. It needs to be this direction. Yeah, gotta make sure I don't turn them wrong. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'll sew these two together, and these two together. Same thing here, here, and here. And then we'll start joining everything together. Andrew says, I love big blocks, and I cannot lie. So let's go ahead and start sewing these together. Andy, do you know what you plan on working on tomorrow? On our live? So right here, I want to show you something. We have two seams coming together on this corner. See here? Same thing here. So what you got to do is you can bend it back just enough so you can see. See how that lines up? Uh-oh. Now you should be able to see. See how I've got that lined up? That's all you got to do is make sure when you're lining that up. And don't move it. And then put a pin there. That way when you run it through the machine, that seam is together. Same thing here. We have two seams coming together right here. You want to do the same thing with that seam as well. As close as you can get them together, lining up. Hey, Nancy, it's good to see you in here today. Okay, same thing. Just so you can see what I'm doing. We have this diagonal line or diagonal seam. We have a diagonal seam on the other side. You want to bend it back and just make sure that this seam is lining up, which this is, and then just pin it so it doesn't move. And then you can sew it. Weird. Okay, then we have two squares to sew together here. And I'm just gonna leave this sitting here because I'm going to do some more chain sewing here. I like to chain sew because it saves a little time. You just have to watch out, don't get yourself all turned around doing it, which I am so likely to do if I get distracted. And same thing, I have to line up these two diagonal seams. Hey, Cynthia. So we're coming along and I'm lining these up. Like I said, just make sure you line them up and then pin it so it doesn't move. Unless you're not a pinner, then it's up to you how you get them to stay lined up. And then run it through the machine and sew it. Same thing here. So we're coming along with this block. We'll have another one knocked out here before we know it. Okay. I'll go ahead and sew this one. And we sew these two together. And then what I'm going to do is when I take it off the machine, I'm going to go backwards in the order I sewed them in so I can put them back where they belong. Nancy says she's getting over the flu bug that she caught at Terry's funeral. Who's Terry? Is this your husband, Nancy? Or someone else's friend? Cynthia says, I'm getting closer to pulling my machine back out. 3 boxes unpacked, plus a large tub. Oh, you are making progress. Okay, so that's going to go there. And we'll take this next one. Oh, I didn't know you lost your husband. I'm so sorry for your loss. Sending you lots of hugs and good thoughts your way. I didn't know Susan had lost hers until the other day. I know I had asked her, I said, you moved back in. I noticed she was sewing in her house. And I asked her, I said, did you move back in your house? She says, I did after my husband passed away. And I'm like, I didn't even know he was gone. Um, oh, I was about to say I did something wrong, but no, I didn't. I was about to freak out here for a minute. It's tough when you lose a husband that you've been married to a long time. Okay, so we got that one done. I'm going to end up pressing these just to make sure that they lay flat. Yeah, definitely Cynthia's made some progress for sure, for sure. Andy, you feeling okay? Everything's going all right your way, other than being busy? Nikolai's excited about y'all's challenge. Hey, when you come on tomorrow, we probably ought to set a date for y'all's challenge. I know he's rearing and chomping at the bit. Laura says this past year has been crazy for her. I can't wait to get back into your sewing room. It's been a journey for her and her husband for sure. Yeah, you had a tough year, but you're persevering and you're still going forward. That's saying something. I can't wait for you to get back into sewing too. All right, what we're going to do next is I'm going to start taking these over to the iron and pressing them. This block is going to be pretty. Hey, babe, how's it going?
Okay.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is we're going to sew these together, so that we'll have 4 quadrants. And then we can start sewing everything together. Andrew, wait, I missed something. Let's see. Andy says, yeah, just stabilizing the darn vertigo kicking up lately. And she said she'll be ready. And Laura says, Katie, we preserve. That's what we do. I'll get there. Maybe not today, but I'll get there. Channels like yours keep me motivated in the best possible way. I'm glad. Um, this has been one heck of a week with the channel. I've been thinking about what I want to do next year for projects and stuff. I've already going to be doing a collaboration with Sherry. We are going to do, it's called Alice's Wonderland out of a book. I'll be doing that with her. I think we're doing it on her channel. I think. I'm not sure. Um, and then I'm doing a collaboration with Shonda that starts the first week in March. And basically it's socialites. Socialites starts in February, but me and her are going to start the collaboration the first Friday in March, because basically we're going to do the blocks every other week. So we'll only have 2 lives a month, where we'll have already done one block off camera and the other block will be done on camera. That way we're keeping up with that Quarter Shop Sew Along. I'm going to do boutiques. I'm just deciding on, I'm thinking I am going to go, I have never done a dark background yet, where it's completely a really dark color. And so I'm either going to do black or a really dark navy blue for the background instead of white. So I have to be careful what colors I use with my batiks. That way I don't have any colors bleeding into bleeding into the dark part of it. I think she's picked a fat quarter bundle that she plans on using. I can't remember the name of it though, but we'll talk more about it as time gets closer. I'm also working on a design for the next channel Sew Along. It's probably going to be more to deal with either. I'm thinking I'm going to do more with charm packs, another charm pack, but I think I'm going to add, we could either do charm pack with a layer cake or charm pack with fat quarters, depending on what everybody has in their stash. Because I think I have an idea of what a little, it's, I think I have a design in my head that will be fun. It won't be as intensive, put it that way. When we see here, Nancy says when we started this cancer journey, they told us 3 months, but we had 3 years and 3 months. But it wasn't the cancer that got him. The Keytruda caused his body to throw blood clots. Ouchie. And Katie says, wait. Laura says, Katie, please don't apologize for what you've done or not. I've needed the encouragement over this year. You may not think you've made a difference, but you do. Oh, I'm glad that makes me feel so happy. I love it when I can help someone, and I watch people for the same reason, to help me stay motivated. Nancy, I've been keeping you in your prayer. Yep, hey, Sean. Sean again. Hey there, what's going on? You see what I'm working on? I'm glad I can be helping everyone. I love doing that. someone asked me the other day what I was doing to make my channel grow. I really don't have a good answer. The only answer I can say is I work. I've been busting my butt, number one. And number two, y'all, I know some of you know I do this. I spend an extraordinary amount of time on other people's channels. If I'm not in their lives, I'm in the background watching replays. And Sean will verify this. I watched all his whole 171 videos that he has all in one folder that are lives. I watched all of them. And that's what I like doing. I like, hey, Robin, I like to go and watch people, give them watch hours, make comments, hit that like button. That's why you always see me when I come into someone else's live and I ask you guys to hit that like button because it helps people's channel. You know, we got Danny's been stuck in she's been stuck for a while, I think around 800 and something. No, 700 and something. She's trying to hit that 800 mark. Um, I can tell you there's ways to help her. You know, you're already subscribed. If you're already subscribed, but share her channel. Drop the channel link in your community post and say, go see Danny. If you like what you see, subscribe to her, help her grow. You know, something as simple as that helps another channel out. And it also lets the person that you're talking about know you're there supporting her channel. Every little thing helps. Hitting the like button, if you're on her live, on a person's live feed, you can actually share that live link by putting it on your community test and say, hey, did you know that Danny's live right now? Join us for some fun. Or, hey, did you know Sean is live at this time? Share that link. Any of these little things will help each of our channels out so that we can get the views and things that we're seeking in the process of doing, you know, having fun and sharing ourselves with you guys. And it only takes like 2 minutes to do something like that. It's not even, yeah, such a short amount of time. You can do it while you're watching a live, actually, unless you're on your phone. If you're on your phone, it's a little harder. And Cynthia says, I enjoy binge watching, whether it's a TV show or YouTube. Yep, binge watching is fun, especially if you're sewing or something. Hey, Robin, how's your EPP going? Did you get some more diamonds done? Sean, how's your day been? Beep, 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 beep. I know it seems like I'm not talking enough right now. Cynthia says, good day, neighbor. Oh, Sean said that. Sorry. Now you can go to QuiltCon and the Mid Atlantic show next year. Road to Virginia will be even closer to you. Hey, Sean, when does the Mid Atlantic show happen along with Road to Virginia? What times of the month, or which month do those two happen in? And Sean says it was busier than usual, but good. Okay, I got all these pinned. Now I'm going to go back up here and start with this one. So I want to try to keep things going in an even flow. All right, let's do this one first. This block is going to come together pretty quickly, I think. Road to Virginia is in late June. Okay. Ooh, no, we're not done here. We got one more to do. Getting ahead of myself. June 25th and 27th for Road to Virginia. Yeah, I'll be back here. I don't, you know. That one. All right. Sean, are your girls guys going to go to the going to be opening advent boxes I loved last year? Says Laura. You are lucky to have some good shows within a few hours of it. Yeah, y'all are very lucky. Hmm. Right, one more to go, and then I'm gonna press these, and then we're gonna sew them together. We'll sew these two together, and then these two together, and then we'll sew. Or I might do it this way. I haven't decided which direction I'm gonna do it yet. And again, this block is called the what windflower block. All right, let's take it over to the iron and press them. All right. Okay, we got this one back up here. And we have this one here. All right. Now what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and sew these together. I just want to make sure I have these seams as flat as possible. Cynthia says I am not opening any advent boxes. Mine hasn't got here yet. So I don't think I think I already have a plan of attack. Since I know mine are not going to be here, I'm going to do Christmas in January. Either Christmas in January or Christmas in February. I don't know which. Because my boxes won't be here until well after the fact. And the only ones I ordered were from Cotton Cuts anyway. It's two different ones from Cotton Cuts. Shauna, I loved them last year and we'll be looking forward to them this year. Y'all think this block is going to be pretty when I get it all together? I think it's definitely going to look interesting the way I did the hourglass is a little bit darker than the rest of it. Okay, now get these two. Okay, just making sure I pin them right. Y'all are very quiet. Time for dinner, says Sean. I'll keep it on in the background. Thank you. Oh, let's see. I've been 7:30. So I've been going I'm doing good. 2 hours in and I'm about to finish another block. That is progress.
Could it be that I am home?
Yes. Part of it's because you're home. First thing I did was crash and burn yesterday, wasn't it, babe?
Yeah.
He was home and I was, what, about an hour after you got home or something like
Yeah.
that? Suddenly I was like, I'm tired and I went to sleep. I don't know how long I slept before. Hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a refill, y'all. Hey, babe. Don't forget about these.
Stay for dinner.
Yes.
All right.
You just gotta get rid of the skin. I would cut them apart so they can boil better. And there's chicken legs in there too. Use the chicken legs as well. Right here, babe. Yes, too. How's the plastic getting busted? Yep. I did have a good nap. I slept, I think, 3 hours or 4 hours, something like that. And he said I was sleeping peaceful in there. So, I have a video of Nora. I haven't put it up yet. I'll probably put it up tomorrow if I have time. I'll try to get it up tomorrow. If I don't, it'll be the next day after that. Either way, it'll be one of those days of her greeting him when he got home. And then they're on the bed and she's still talking to him. I got a couple of good videos I'm going to make into shorts uh, for y'all to watch because that was so fun. That's good. You must have needed. Yeah, I did. Hey, Jody, what's going on? It was good to see you earlier, by the way. Uh-oh. Don't forget, if you're just coming into the channel, just sign up for the giveaway for New Year's, and I'll share the link again.
Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hang on, I gotta get my mousey over here so I can share the link. Hold on, I'll share the link again. If you don't do the form, you can't participate in the giveaway. I need y'all to do the form. That way I don't have to, yeah, I do my part, and then it's up to you if you check your email. Okay, here's the link for filling out the Google form. You can only enter once. Don't enter more than once, because I said it so you shouldn't be able to, but you never know. I might not have did it right. I'm still learning how to use the form. So only one time enter. Because if you do win, your name will be taken off the list because you can only go once. It keeps it fair for everybody. And you have to be subscribed to the channel. I need to move this mouse back out of the way. All right. Now that we got this part done, let me get them opened up and have a look at them. Then we'll take them back over to the iron and press them again, because I want everything to be laying down proper. This is the top half right here. What are you doing? Okay, let's take it over to the iron and press it. This is the bottom half. And this is the top half. Okay, now all we got to do is we're going to sew across this horizontal line, and we will have this block finished. And it's the same thing here, as I've stated in the other blocks the other block we did. You need to make sure that you're lining up your seam lines here. And see, I have one, two, three of these to line up. And what I like to do is I put the needle in between the seams so I can, get them straight in front of each other. And then also you have a point here, right here, and you want to make sure that when you're sewing your 1/4 inch sew line, you don't go over your tip here. You want to keep that sew line right above it. And see, it's on both sides of this, so you're going to have to be careful on both sides when you're sewing this one. But generally, if you get your pin in the right place and you get it all pinned right, it should stay there. And when you run it, if you just be mindful of your 1/4 inch seam allowance, it should go right where it's supposed to go. Hi, Michelle. It's good to see you. Michelle says, hi, honey. She says she's glad to see you're home safe. Can't wait to see the Nora's welcome video. Yep, I'll try to get it up to either tonight or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Because I have two parts to that. I got to figure out how to join them together. But it'll be a fun little short to share because she was very vocal yesterday. Right now, she's in the kitchen begging because Nikolai is peeling meat off bones. But she was hilarious on the bed because I videoed her and him interacting after we came inside yesterday. It was funny what she was doing. I'm basically just making sure that these seams line up good. So we've already passed Thanksgiving now. Now we got Christmas coming. So what is y'all's plan for what you're going to cook for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day? Or do you just cook one main meal for Christmas Day? What do y'all do? What's your traditional thing you do? Share with us in the chat what your plans are. Hey, Lori, how are you? We're about to have this block together. Are you feeling good? Yeah, I've been doing pretty good. Um, The only thing that I'm noticing, and I don't know what to make of it, is I have my pain levels under control, so that's a big factor. That's definitely made life better. But I am so tired. I don't know I don't know why I feel so tired. I'll get up and I'll feel, refreshed and stuff if I've had a good rest, and then, be up and moving around and doing things for a few hours. And then suddenly it's like I need to go lay down and take a nap or something. It's weird. But outside of that, I'm doing fine. I mean, I'm totally down to bare minimum on the Tradlin situation, which I always monitor that anyway. So wasn't a big deal to start with because I don't overuse. But I take paracetamol, every 6 hours religiously because that's the only thing keeps, if I didn't take anything, I would definitely be feeling the pain. But I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. So I can't complain. Not really. I just would like it if I had more energy. Okay, this one is the next block. And this one is called Windflower Block. I haven't, last time I checked my blood, my D was fine, but my B wasn't. My B12 was really low, and I'm thinking it's staying low again. Prime rib night, says Jody. Wait, I got to back up here for a minute. Andy says ham for Christmas. Laura says, I hope this season proves to be better one for you than last year. And then Jody says prime rib night here. Yeah, I'm gonna make ribeye for Christmas dinner too. So Cynthia says she'll be in and out. I'm in meetings for my paper crafting side tonight. Yeah, it went together really fast, this one. It was very fast. And the other camera gives it a better look, so you can see the colors. Okay, so this one's done now. So now I just need to I need to press it some more, looks like. It's a little weird looking. All right. Okay. The next one I'm going to work on. This one's got lots of moving. I'm debating on if I want to do this one or the other one. Uh-oh, we're missing a piece of, oh no. Now I know where that came from. Let's do this one. This one is called, but we're going to do it. I'm going to open my cotton cuts box. This one is called the somersaults block. See all those pieces? Lots of pieces. Okay, but let's open the cotton cuts box. Okay, so every month I get a subscription box. Actually, I get two, but the other one has something to do with something else. This one is part of I've been a subscriber to their Modern Maker box since fall, either spring or fall of 2018. And then last year they started doing something called the platinum. So you could just by being up underneath the platinum, you could choose whether you did a Java box or a classic box or a Modern Maker box or the I think it's called Chrome, which is thread. And I haven't really done the thread thing because I'm a little bit picky about thread. Um, she sells good thread. It's RFL. It's just that I don't want all those colors because I tend to use, I sew mainly with Dove, and I only use color if I'm quilting or something. But for just regular piecing, I just use Dove. And by the way, I'm gonna be playing chicken again with the thread spool now because it's running low. So anyway, I'm going to share the link for the Java box because that's what this one is. But if you look up underneath their subscriptions, you can also find something called Platinum. And the Platinum allows you the ability each month to decide which box you want to have that month. And in the email that you get every month, it shows you what fabric line is going to be within the Modern Maker box and what fabric line will be within the classic box. So you have a choice of those. This one is Batiks. That's what the Java is. So every month these Batiks will be from the same company. It'll just be a different color. So let's open this box. Okay, and always it's wrapped in tissue paper with a sticker. Now my box got opened again by customs. So this is like the third box that they've of this box, no less. That they've been looking at. So I don't know what it is they think they're going to find in, or what they're looking for, but whatever. I don't like when they're nosing in my boxes, but okay. All right. So the first thing you get out of here is it says, so much to be thankful for. And this is the card. And on the back of it, and I'm going to cover up something, you have a choice of picking one of these two patterns. And you go to the Cotton Cuts website, decide which one you want, and then there's a code that my finger's covering up, and you put the code in at the checkout, and you will get one freebie pattern from this box. And this one looks like it's got, this one will be fun. Okay. Then the next thing you get is the Cotton Cuts block of the month, but this also has to do with the Cotton Cuts color challenge. You can sew this block, and you can also color what's on the back here. And if you do both sew the block and color this, you'll have two entries, and you hashtag it with CC color challenge, and you share it on the Cotton Cuts fabric page or on Instagram. And because you did the color card plus you sewed the block, you can have two entries and you can win some fat quarters. Guess what they do is they have giveaways every month, and you have to have this done by the 15th of each month. So this says November. So this block will be, you have to have your color card done by December the 15th. So it goes over month to month. So that's what comes in here. The next thing that comes in here is you get a pencil, and I use these pencils like mad. And this one says, I don't know if you can see the, I'm on camera, focus. There, up. There we go, maybe. Anyway, it says, let your fabric speak. So you get a pencil. You also get a spool of Aurifil 50 weight, the small spool here. And this looks like a brownish color. And it is Mako 2155. That's what this one is. Okay. Now we're going to pull out the, you get 12 fat quarters in the Java box. And I need scissors to cut this. Because normally when I try to untie it, I end up getting in a fight with it. I don't know, it might let me untie it this time. Usually it's so tight you can't undo it. So I'm just going to cut it. Okay. So this one's fall colors, and this one is called November Harvest Happening. And this is by Hoffman Bali Batik Club. And this is November's one. So, and you can see it's nice fall color. And I'll show up both cameras so you can see it. And then there's this one. and they always come out in these little triangles. So I haven't taken the ones out of the triangles so far because I'm going to show y'all something interesting where I have all of them together. It's creating a big long color thing. This one has chickens on it. And this one's a green. As you can see, these are very fall color. Um, I was going to get the classic boxes last time, but I didn't answer the email soon enough. So that's why I have this color because normally I would have just not even done this colorway. But I'll use it for fall, make it something fallish with it. And we have this, like a brownish, and then a greenish with brown. And I'm not sure, this is like browns with other colors. And a really dark green. And then we have this color. And this one. And this one. So there's 12 here. And it's now some people would like this if they like fall colors. And I'll probably take this. Probably what I'll do is because I have a lot of colors this color that I haven't figured out what to do with yet. And I think what I ought to do with it is maybe next summer or in the spring, I don't know. Maybe I'll find me a pattern that I can do a fall quilt top with these batiks in and just do something with all of these colors that, I don't normally use, but that's what they look like when they're all together. You see how it looks different with two different cameras? This camera up here seems to have better color on it. Okay, so that is the November's Java box.
Open mouth. Sorry.
Ew. Well, so there you go. What did y'all think about this box? Did you like it or was it meh to you? Let me know. Okay. Let's get sewing some more. Is there enough? Is anyone? Okay. So this block is interesting. Okay. So what I'm going to do is if you look at the picture, you can see how this block is set up. Jean says beautiful colors. So I'm going to go ahead and just start sewing these together. One thing you have to be careful with on this particular block, here, let me point it out. Can everybody see this okay? You'll notice that these triangles right here, you got one going this direction, then you have one going in this direction, and you have to make sure that you have these all going in the direction, because that's what makes this block look interesting. So you got to be very mindful of that part. Otherwise, you can do what I did. I had to rip them out because I started sewing on them just to make sure I understood the pattern, and I realized I turned them wrong because I was doing part of it as a partial sew. And of course, I had to start all over again. So, is anyone going to the theater to see Fire and Ash? Because that's December the 19th. I really want to see it, but I'll have to wait till it comes out on digital TV. I mean, digital movie where I can buy it. But if I was in the United States, I definitely would go see it at the theater. Probably do it during a matinee. Michael says, "No, hey, Michael." He says, "Not me." But if everything works out where I'll be in the United States in March, I definitely will go see Godzilla on the big screen. Take my son out and grandson to go see Godzilla. So I've done this row and this row. Now I'm going to just keep moving along and just keep picking it up as I go along. No, there's not. When I say to you guys, there's a lot of things we don't have, I truly mean that. I have to wait till movies come out on where I can buy them on Amazon Prime. Unless I decide to buy them on Blu-ray, which sometimes I do that too. But we have such a big Blu-ray collection. I started buying a lot of digital movies too, because you can actually put them on a hard drive, and you can travel with them on a hard drive instead of toting around videos with you. But I'll probably get the Godzilla one on Blu-ray too, since I already got the rest of them on Blu-ray. You know, just to have a hard copy. They still haven't shown the first movie trailer yet. The movie trailer for Godzilla is like, you don't really see anything of what they're trying to show. It's like they're really keeping it top secret. But I think in another couple of weeks, they should start showing at least a short uh, um, movie trailer for it, because the movie comes out on my birthday in March. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Zaja says she's going to go watch The Grinch on the 13th. Yeah, I don't get the Grinch movie. Has anybody seen Zaza to know whether she's feeling better or not? I got an email from her child saying that we were supposed to have done a premiere on Tuesday from where I interviewed her, but she was sick with the flu, and so I got an email from her child about it, and I hadn't heard anything since about how she's doing. I hope she's doing okay. I don't know what you're over here yipping at me about. Go tell Daddy that you gotta go outside. She's been quiet all night till now. Are you guys enjoying these blocks I'm making? Or are you bored? I think she was chatting in Discord, but it could have been an old message I saw. Okay. All right. Make sure these are going in the. Uh-oh. No, okay. I was about to say, wait a minute. That's going that direction and that's going back down. Okay. Andy says yes. She's crocheting away. What are you working on? What little critter are you making? And then this one is supposed to turn back this direction. Okay, so it's going that way and going back that way. Okay, we're making progress here. And then we're going to have this brown up here on the top. This is going to be block number 3 that I'll have made tonight. Just okay, so that's got to go like this. And then Native American doll. Okay. Can't wait to see what that one looks like. You know, I've been watching, actually finished watching it because I don't know if there's going to be another season or not. Dark Wind. That has proved to be an interesting series. It's on Nova, it's a series that's on the Navajo Nation land. It's been pretty interesting. Let's see here. That's going to go up and this one's going to go down. So this is correct also. And then got to make sure this is going in the right direction also. They have quite a bit of mythology as part of this many or seasons that because there's 3 seasons of it that I watched.
Wanna go shoo shoo?
Yep, I think that's what she wants is to go outside for go shoo shoo. Come on, girl. Shoo shoo. Just put her on the tie down, babe. Oh no, she's gonna hide.
Come on.
Go shoo shoos. Go shoo shoos. This block's coming together pretty good. Y'all like this style of block? It's definitely interesting. Definitely gonna be different. Okay. So up, up. All right, now what I gotta do is I'm going to go ahead and start sewing these like quadrants again. Okay, but I need to press them first. Sounds like the wind is really picking up outside. Okay. Michael says, I need a blue and white UK Wildcat dragon. What's the cost? Sounds like the wind is picking up, babe.
No, that picked up.
Yeah, I can hear the gust.
If you have it around home.
Yep. Any ice that was on the lake will be gone. You know what?
Yeah.
Because there was ice down there on that one end. I bet it's gone now. Because the temperature, according to the laptop, says it's 42 degrees. So the temperature's come up in the last couple of hours. It's weird. It's dark and the temperature is coming up instead of going down. So yeah. Hey babe, is it cloudy outside?
Yeah, it's a little bit cloudy.
I didn't know if you could see the moon or not because it's supposed to be super moon night. We hadn't been able to see anything because the sky's been covered by clouds for the last 3 days. Because a big CME is supposed to be hitting Earth too, which means more northern lights. Michael says 3 to 4 inches.
Yeah.
Clouds here too, says Michael. Yeah, it's supposed to be the last super moon of the year. Nora, get off. She keeps getting on my foot pedal. We'll have a runaway sewing machine here in a minute. Last one until 2042. Really? Golly, I'll be dead by then, probably. That's what you saw on Instagram. Okay. That's surprising. You know, they're talking about we might be able to see that supernova with the naked eye before that's going to happen. That the James Webb telescope picked up. Supposed to uh, supernova at some point. I might be able to make one for 15 plus shipping, says Andy. You yes, can you email me a picture of? Well, I think I've done good tonight. This is block number 4, I think. Wait, was it block number 3? Maybe it's block number 3. That's pretty good for me. But these blocks have been pretty simple. Plus, that one block I did tonight, I had pre-sewn the 4 patches ahead of the live to help save a little time, and just because it had so many moving parts, and I figured that would be a good idea. But I am pleased with how well it's gone tonight. Very pleased. Katie the Ninja, says Andy. Yeah, we're rolling along here. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Come in, rolling. that's a bit off. Isn't that interesting? It's kind of weird when you're by yourself and you're trying to figure out how to keep the conversation going when you're used to having a wingman with you. I know I've been a bit quiet or not talking as much. Been trying to get this, do this too. I think that the more I do this though, the easier it's getting. All right, let's start laying this back out again. I think after this walk though, let me see what time it is. Yeah, we've been going 3 hours now. So I think after this block, um, we'll probably stop. At least I think that's what I'll plan to do. Okay, I thought this was cut off, but it's not. I'm going to put this up here like this. Definitely going to have to do a little bit of pressing on these because there's multiple seams coming right here. So it's like really bulky right there. Do you go live on Friday? Yes. My lives are always on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays starting at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The only time that they don't happen is if I'm having issues. But that's been the I started doing that a year and a half ago. Those 3 days, 3 times a week for that, and then I do a once a month Tuesday with some Andy and Amanda and Shonda for crocheting, and then I do a once Well, I actually have two different collabs that go on a Sunday. The third Sunday is me and Danny for mental health weekend. That's once a month on a Sunday. And then Sean and I have a collaboration going on right now that's also happens early Sunday morning for his and I get together, which this upcoming Sunday will be our next one. We'll be doing Stitch It, which is what I'm messing with right now. But outside, usually that's the extent. So those three collaborations are only once a month, but the rest of my lives, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, is every week. Those 3 days in a row. Unless I get a wild hair and decide I can't sleep or something, then I might do a late night one. But I haven't done a late one in a little while. I I'm on in 40 minutes, says Michael. Okay, I'm keeping that in mind. I'm almost done here. I just got to sew these 4 quadrants together, but I need to press first. Those of you who have channels, don't forget to type exclamation selfie to share your channel. I forgot to mention that earlier. I'm so busy with these other links, I forgot to mention it. Okay, now let's get these pressed. Got this one done. College. Woo. Hot, hot, hot. Cynthia says, okay, I'm half listening to my meeting so I could hang out a bit. Okay. Thank you for sticking around, Cynthia. Ow, this is really hot. All right. Now what we're going to do is sew this to this to this, press, and then we'll sew that together. And then we'll have this block done also. And we're going to end up with a pinwheel right here in the middle. As long as everything lines up properly. And this. Okay, let's see about getting these together properly. Hey, hey, Laura Lynn, how are you? It's good to see you. How's things your way in Canada? Has it gotten really cold your way? Any snow? We don't have any snow. And we're sitting at 42 degrees Fahrenheit right now. It's warmer now at 10:30. Well, a little after 10:30 now than it was earlier today when it was 35 degrees. So weird. Laura Lynn says, snowing at the moment, temps to drop tonight. Yeah, we're going to stay warm while all of y'all are freezing. And that big warm air mass sitting over the top of us in the stratosphere. Weather 8090. Huh? Oh, speaking of that, Cynthia says they might get some tonight or tomorrow. That's interesting. It says 38 on there, but my laptop says 41 degrees now. Weather for Colorado is clear with, 26 degrees. Ouch, that's cold. Northwest. Ouchie. Cynthia says she might wake up to winter wonderland. Won't that be fun? Bite your tongue, ha ha. No snow, says Rita. Um, where you live, you wouldn't get snow anyway, would you, Rita? Too far south? She says she's been here, but she's been lurking. All right, one more pin, and then we'll be able to get this one sewn together, and then we'll press again, and then we'll pin again, and then we'll sew, and then we'll press again, and then we'll have a whole block. And then we'll go back through all the blocks that's been done so far for this sew along. I think this quilt top is going to be cute. Maybe. Imaka. Big O is a tire store here, says Michael. We get an average of 0 inches a year of snow. Yep, that is a big O. Big zero. I think it's interesting that they get snow in southern part of Oklahoma. Laura says, I have been lurking too, although I'm hating the cold weather. I guess I can't complain because so many others are experiencing super cold weather. Yeah, there's some of them that's going to get nasty coldness. I feel sorry for all the people who are homeless right now, who have no warm place to be. And I'm so thankful my son's not one of them this year. Rita says, Laura, I know, but the desert cold is so much different than most would think. Hassan.
Hmm?
Can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you do me a favor?
What?
I need to buy a break. Can you talk to them while I do that?
I have to deal with the chicken.
Did the ribs cook down okay?
Huh?
Did you already do the ribs?
Oh, you could do the fire break. Just at the moment you do the fire break.
I'll be right back, you guys. I have to take a bio break. Okay, sorry about that. All right, now let's get this here done. And I got to make sure that when I sew these together right here, that we get them done together properly so that we get that pinwheel going on in the middle. Laura says she's been huddled underneath a heated blanket all day. Right now we have our door open. So you guys would be freaking out, I think, if you were here and wondering how we can stand the cold air coming in the house because our house is too warm. Rita says I have to wait another hour to turn my little heater back on. The electric company put me on a plan to decrease the electric bill so peak hours of 4 through 7 cannot run much of anything. Wow. They tell you how much you can use? It's time for some off-grid backup plan. Cynthia says I have to pause every little bit to wrap my hands in the heating pad or the heated throw blanket. My fingers are frozen. Is it that cold where you're at inside, Cynthia? You don't have any heat either? I'm glad our electric bill's not high. our electricity comes from hydropower, so it doesn't fluctuate much. Our fuel bill's gone up a little bit, but the way I've been maintaining our fuel, keeping the house cooler and stuff has helped a lot with not getting eaten alive by fuel bills right now. Because it's costing us more to feed ourselves than it is to keep our house warm. Food is so high right now, it's just insane. We have a little electric heater that I turn on whenever we get a Bitterrock because the Bitterrock tends to make the north side of the house colder, even though the heated flooring's on, because the heated floor can't keep up with the Bitterrock. The Bitterrock just makes it bitterly cold. And but that little heater will keep it warm on this end of the house, and it hardly eats electricity. I figured it'd make our electric bill go up, but it never has. But I only run it during a certain amount of time anyway, because I don't leave it running when I'm sleeping because I'm worried it'll catch on fire. Cynthia says, not that, Katie. I just married an Eskimo. We like to keep our house colder than most people like, but since losing weight, I freeze at our usual house temperatures. That's interesting. All right, let's sew this together. Righty. Now let's see what this looks like. Let's hope that the pinwheel is doing what it's supposed to be in the middle of this block. And it did, yes, yes. It's aggravating me. Trying to get that seam open. It doesn't want to cooperate. Okay. This is somersault. And then I'll show it underneath the other camera too. So you can see it both ways. So this is what it came out to look like. I just need to get all these threads off of it and stuff. And do another press job on it. So that is called Somersault block. And then to recap the other ones that we've done tonight, we also did Windflower, which is this one. And I'll put it under the other camera so you can see it. We did that one tonight, so that's number 2. And then we also did this one's called Timberland Rose Block. And under the camera there we can see it. And then the other 2 that were already done from when me and Sean were together. This one is called the Hatchling block. And the other one that I did with Sean, this one is called Northern Lights. So as you can see, these blocks are coming along. So now we have 5 of them done. So we're going along pretty good at a good clip here. So I think I did good tonight with doing the 3 blocks tonight. Usually I only manage to ever get maybe 1 done. So, okay, so let's recap a couple of things. Tomorrow night, 1,000 block snowshoe will be done. It's on it's block number 585, I think. No, 587. And it's on page 301. We're doing this block here. Okay. Saturday, and also tomorrow, Andy from Crafty Witch 232 will be with me to sew. Hey, Mary, it's good to see you. So we'll be doing that. Don't forget, and I'm going to repost these links right now. There's several links. Let me post them. First one is, if you've not signed up, you can only register once for the giveaway for New Year's Eve. For the because we're giving away 8 $25 gift cards. That's what we're giving away. And it'll be strung out over that 12-hour period. So if you don't do the form, then your name can't go on the spinny wheel for the drawing. So here's the link for that. I think there's 10 blocks going to be, Denise. I think. Wait, no, that's wrong. because there's 4 of this block. You got, because I have to do 4 of these. So there's two blocks where I have to do 4, which would be 8 blocks. So it looks like it's going to be 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 blocks looks like. All right, so that's the link for signing up for the giveaway. Did you say page? Hang on. Yes, page 301, snowshoe, block number 587. Okay, now, so that's the link for the giveaway. Also, remember I said that you need to be, if you want to show off some of your beautiful work, there's 2 ways for you to send it, so that, because I'm going to also do that on the New Year's Eve celebration, since I forgot to do it on the other one. I'm gonna make sure I don't forget it this time. So this is for Facebook group. If you're a Facebook user, just make sure that if you're not a member of the Facebook group, you have to answer all the questions. Don't leave part of it undone. If you don't use Facebook, then you can email it to me. Now, if you email it or if you do it on Facebook, please make a comment about your work so that when I start showing it on the New Year's Eve live, I can say something about it. So give us a little back story or something. And if you're interested in any of the stuff I showed you tonight, like Sweetwater, this is for Sweetwater. And also, before I forget to mention it, Cotton Cuts is now taking signups for the spring 2026 puzzle mystery quilt along. Anyone want to know what I signed up for? I can show you if you want to see, or I can just tell you. It's up to you. But I did get signed up this morning, so thank goodness. This because I missed it to see, because the one I wanted to do was sold out. But this morning I got myself signed up, so I'm tickled about that. It's the first time I've ever missed the Under the Sea is the first time I've missed out on doing a PMQ. So strange, so very strange. I'm going to do Lullaby, and I'll show you what it looks like. Hold on. Gotta go find a picture of it. I wanted, if I could afford it, I would do 2 of them, because there was another one I wanted to do too, but you know, I can't right now. Money is so tight. All right. Okay, let me share the screen. And for those who haven't seen the colorways, I can go through the colorways real quick too. All right, someone let me know when you can actually see the screen. I'll check in the chat here. Mystery is fine if I see the end layout. I love doing the motor block, says Rita. I like the mystery altogether, whether I see the end of it or not. Okay, let me know when you can see the screen. Someone let me know. Send me a heart. Yep, they can see. All right. Okay. So let's go through because I think everything's been named. I'm pretty sure most of it anyway. Okay, so since we're going here anyway, here's the colorways. This one is Dreamer's Garden, which is Farmer's Daughter by Laundry Basket Quilts for Andover Fabrics. Oh my God, that's good. The middle one, this is Awakening, a song to sing by Pam Selkirk for Andover. The next one is Pink Moon, Petals and Pewter by Danielle Hartgers for Andover. The next one is Dreamscape, Amsterdam by Libs Elliott of Andover. The next one is Illusion, Ship's March, Daybreak by Shell Rommel for Free Spirit Fabrics. The next one is Fairy Tale, which this one I wanted to do if I had extra money for. Festival by Odile, and I don't know how to say that name, so I'm not even going to try, for Free Spirit Fabrics. I really like this one. It's super happy, and I think I would have enjoyed doing that one too. But the one I ended up choosing based on followers or the viewers voting on the poll I posted, I'm going to be doing Lullaby, which is Serene Bouquet by Studio RK for Robert Kaufman Fabrics. It is Batiks. So it's this one I'm going to be doing. I also ordered the 2 Oops kits, 2 Stitch It kits, and 2 pillowcase kits to go with this. So we'll see what happens with that. Then we have Dear Diary, which is typography by Lori Holt for Riley Blake Designs. We have Wonderment, which is Cafe and Original Morrison Co. for Free Spirit Fabrics. We have this one I like too, Glimmer, which is Expression Batiks Elementals by Raleigh Blake. But the reason I didn't choose this one is because I already have a kit from Cotton Cuts with this very stuff in it. So it kind of was redundant to go and get another kit when I already have this here at the house. So yeah, that's why I chose not to do this one. The next one is Night Glow, which is Gray Work by Tula Pink for Free Spirit Fabrics. The next one is called Thumbelina, which is Thumbelina and the Sewing Fairies by Jennifer Long for Riley Blake Designs. Then you have Golden Hour. I didn't even see that one. Golden Hour, which is by Makeover UK for Andover Fabrics. Now, there's one other thing I'm going to mention here. I need to unshare. You can sign up for what they call a, let me go find it because I gotta get the wording right. Hang on a second. Hang on a minute, I gotta find it first. It's basically if you want them to choose the fabric line for you to sew without you knowing what it's going to be, it'll be a random kit type of thing where they pick colors and you just sew them until the end of the 10 months. Okay, so which ones did you guys like? Laura says this year I wasn't inspired to do the challenge. Laura says she participated in all the cotton cuts in the past several years. She was going to participate this year because her husband and her were married and went to Field of Dreams. Awesome. But yeah, I'm just doing one again. Sometimes I'll do 2, but the last 3 times, well, I missed out on Under the Sea altogether. And 2 times before that, I've just done 1. I kind of, there's been some years where I've done 2 in 1 year, but the last couple times, I just 1. That's it. Can't afford to do more right now. So, yeah. Okay. So tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, my next live. Saturday, same time. Sunday is 8 a.m. with Sean. and we will be working on Stitch It again because it's this go around we'll be doing Stitch It, and then I'm not sure until I've talked to him when we plan on finalizing or getting finished with our Star Climber and our Stitch It. So thank you for this, and I'm sorry I'm yawning. I'm getting tired, is what it is. Have a great night. Remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do? You make something beautiful, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone, and thank you for coming and sitting with me. I hope I wasn't too boring. And remember to have a great night.